As you can see, I'm out here once again. The question is, why is he doing this? Why is he here? Why does he pop up on Facebook? Well, I look at it like this, and I don't look at it like I did yesterday, and every day I look at it different. Okay, but my terminology for today, my hypothesis on why I do this, is because I believe I know something. The something I know may be nothing, but what does the nothing mean? What is the nothing that I don't know, or what is the nothing that I do know that you think is nothing? Because the nothing, everybody knows, and I've gone over, the nothing is always something of nothing for someone who doesn't believe. But for those who do believe, my something, the nothing you think, is something to someone else. So if one person sees this and they believe, and they can enhance on it or make their lives better, or make their lives worse, but who wants to make their lives worse? So they might listen. And if they don't, they don't. Well, then they're not hearing, they're not hearing what I have to say, and you are. Thank you. What I'm going to talk now is just something really small. I don't have really much to say. I put a lot of it out in writing today. So I was thinking of the Spanish train, Old Seville, Old Seville. And I'm thinking the Souls, Old Seville, Old Seville. That's actually in my mind. When Old Seville comes up, it sounds like Egigal. I think it's the north side somewhere in the Middle East, and I don't know if it's Israel or something, but that's the old Seville. That was the old city, the last settlements of the 40 years they walked the desert. But then again, they say it's 40 days. So is it 40 days or is it 40 nights? Anyway, since they're talking about 40, why don't we look at it this way? 40 days would equal to 40 days. 6 days a week, 1 day of God, 3 days of man. The day of miracles is the Wednesday. The day that the women, they have to stop. Why? Because there's a child being born. So they can't keep going and leave anybody behind. So I call that day Wednesday, the day of miracles, as the Spanish call it. Thus, therefore, did they walk 7 days a week, or was one day given to God not counted, because they don't say weekend. Therefore, in the 40 days, add 7 more days for the weekend, as they walked for 6 weeks, and on the seventh week they were there and they rested on that seventh day. So it brought on 7 days of prayer plus the Wednesday, okay, was cut into two, as 8 days a week, like the Beatles sang, because of the birth. They had to use half a day to stop for the birth. Anyways, it's more and it's deeper than that, because I mean there's could be a birth every single day. But this is just a brief explanation of the way I see it. Anyways, the other thing I was looking at was Sigma. All of a sudden, I go to my email, it says Sigma. What's Sigma? Sigma is the 18th letter in the Greek alphabet. Now, if you're going to use it in 4 directions. So, this is one of the ways. That's what Sigma turns out to in 8 directions, and connected together, you have the big X right through it. Okay, the symbol in the center has to do with the turnstiles, okay, of the trays of the incubators. And down below I showed you, hold on a second, if you look at this one or this one, whichever one you look at, you see the mug and dove in there? It fits right into the sigma, and it expresses how the eggs turn. It moved from side to side. It slid down this way, then it went up this way, then that one slid down this way, and this one went up. It turns automatically so the eggs don't flip over and fall out. The other part I wanted to show you is, in all actuality, it's right here, the snowflake. This is the snowflake, which looks like this. Now, if you go to crop circles, you'll see them. Where am I? I'm upside down. Oh, I'm upside down. Anyways, the crop circles will look like this. Add in a mug and dove on each 4 corners, and you end up with a crop circle. Is God sending us a message? What is an alien? Alien is to put a lien on something. A, angel. L, for the 12th letter, which means the one and two spirit together. I is for the I birth that comes from it. The E is the spirit to connect to the I birth. And the N is the neutralization, which means you hook up the both into the matrix of the Supertrain 55, of freeing of Zazaret, the myth of the Lord. The Tsar is the king, the Eth is the myth. Freeing of Zazaret is the way I call it. Anyways, that's pretty much short for now. So what you have to do is sigma times 4 directions equals to 72. Therefore, that is God 7 of the female God 2. He represents both numbers, so you know he's both numbers. 7 and 2 shows the 9 birth. Therefore, he created the 9 birth. The 9 months of our birth, the 40 weeks, we were in the stomach, 40 days and 40 nights, with or without prayer. That 40 days rests on 40 weeks. 40 by 7 is 280 days. 40 by 6 is 240. Why 240? Why 280? Well, one is with the day of prayer, one's without. 48 and 48. And, anyways, the total is, what I say, 42 and 28, 52. Sorry about that. 42, angel and mother. And 48 is angel of the heavens, which means the birth was to take place and happen on the earth as the angel connect is within the heavens. Do I sound a little mixed up? There's so much. There's so much. It doesn't stop. You keep on looking. Did God put it out there for us? Is that what everybody asked in the last, what, 100, 500, 5,000 years? Where are you? Where are you? He put out the map in front of us, except some misused it, and we fell because of it. You see, we're part of a game, and this is what happens in the game. And he can't come here to disturb the natural elements of life, because it is what the soul chooses. Now, God needs the soul, because the soul is earth, outside our universe. He has to learn it, and he has to let it take its place itself to see how it thinks. Therefore, he can manipulate it. And then we can live longer, and God can live longer, and forever and ever, however he does it, it's an element that we're all missing. It's the manipulation of everything by our Lord for the reason he does not disturb us. Do not disturb, we try to live in peace. We must live in peace to learn, so God learns the pieces of what he calls Zion, home of the eye birth and the egg of the neutralization of Z, which is the incubators, which turns over all the eggs until one gives birth. Then he sets us upon the earth, and he sees how we go along with the soul. He sees what our DNA is all about, and then he takes it forth from there in his laboratories of the heaven. Don't believe me? I want to ask you a question. What's God doing, sitting on his butt and doing absolutely nothing? You think this universe is stable? I know I've said this before. This universe is moving. Anything that's stable falls apart. You all know the rust bucket that sits in the driveway. This universe is moving. God is growing the universe. Whatever the scientists look at those black holes, well, some of them are sucking out, but some of them are blowing in. And that's God at work outside. He is the mad scientist. He is the Doctor of Oz. He is all. Believe in him from any language. Believe in him from any cult. Believe in him just in all, as he is all, and there is nothing else but all. He is the T of all, as he is the totality of the transfer. He is the F of all, as he is the fall of all. A, B, C. He is the C of all for the creation, for the calling of all. D, E, F, G, H. He is the one of the hall of the heavens, the H in the hall of the heavens of the road we walk. J, K, again, K, you can do the calling one more time. The C and the K, they both do the calling of the gods of all. H, I, A, M, N, O, P. Well, P can be used for call or pull. Q, U, R, S, T, U, V, W. Now we have the wall. We have the wall of the call of all God of seven. I know I rambled on, but I'm looking for it in my mind. I don't have the words right now. He is just a repetitive of everything that goes on. I am, he is, we are. And in all totality, it makes us who we are to be as the four angles. Thus in the four angles we can see that it is a diamond that is in our hearts. And we are striking rich by knowing that the Lord is present in front of us right now, as without him this internet will not transmit my message. Without him there will be no transmission. In fact, there will be no 10-4 in CB code, October 4th. The calling of man, 6 man, the calling of man 3, the spirit of man's birth. That would be 10-4 of 1963, October 4th. Is it my birthday? Sometimes. What does it mean? only what it means in your heart to know He has set someone upon this earth that has been born into this world of the calling numbers of 10-4 of 3-6, creation of man. Therefore, 1936, if you were born in this year, you have some particular reason to take part in this. So if you are 74 years old, you are the exact number of God, of 7 God and 4 angel. Therefore, you are the number of Jesus, 7 and 4. You are the number of the cross of 7 and 4. 7, 7, 7 is 210, 4, 4, and 4 is 12. That makes room 222. What is 222? 22 is the letter D for life, and 2, it's the female of the birth of life that we have. Thus and therefore 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6 of man, and 2 plus 2 of 2 is 6 of man, and we get it twice. Why? Because it's room 222, 2 of 222, which makes 12, which 1 and 2 is 3 creation. 1 is of the spirit world, of what I call the spirit whale. The other are the 2 eggs in the pan. Eggs on a tray, there are 30. Go down to the farmer, you shall see, there are 30 on a tray. Thus we have the 3 worlds of the angel, the spirit, and the man connect. And our Lord is just a step away. So if you want to speak to Him right now, you have the Spirit connect, because that's all it takes to get 1 step right away. Thank you very much, everybody. If you do not want, then I always bring this up, because sometimes I feel like a fool. Like I feel I'm full of so much that I must transmit my words. Let my words be heard and understood. For it is not I who speaks, for what do I know? I am mere just a man. I am just a plain 6 with a 4 angel 4. I total 10, but at the one spot I am absolutely 0 or nothing. In all actuality, we are all zeros. And if we total up all the zeros, we are one big heart. In love with only one thing, the love of life, and the love of He, who we can say thank you very much.